Hello everyone! So I've been requested to show you guys how I make my little guys. So this video I'm going to show you how to make the head of the little Stitch. The head for him and the body for him are all the same as any other little guys I make, except for I might add a row or two, which I'll show you as we get along to that point. Currently we're just going to make Stitch's little head. I have 81 dark blue, 28 light blue, 2 for the eyeballs, and 3 for the nose. My 3 nose colors are the dark purple. I'm prominently right-handed, so I will be doing most of my work on my right hand. My left hand is just going to be basically a support role. I have them on I have them not fishing needles. I have them on beading needles or sewing needles. This way it's a little easier to handle and everything. I am not a professional at this. I do not quote to be a professional. If you have questions, you can always leave a comment. I will have my email in my bio and on my page, so you can send me an email if you have any questions or you want a blank pattern. The pattern for this looks like this, which seems a little crazy, and I'm sorry it does. I modified it so it's a little bit darker, so it's a little easier to see. So we're going to start with part 1, 2, and 3. So you're going to put on 5 beads. 5 of your main color. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on your right string. If you're left-handed, just do everything backwards. Now with your left string, you're going to cross through going this direction, so it's going to make an X through those last 2 beads. So 1, 2. And then you're going to pull nice and tight. I apologize if my camera shakes. If I ever so slightly bump anything, everything shakes because of the mount I have, because like I said, I am not a professional at this. This is my side business that I do, and I like to make beaded stuff. It's fun. This is not my job. I do not have a professional camera setup. I don't have that kind of money. I don't make enough money doing beadwork and stuff like that to have that kind of stuff. So it is what it is. My strings are really, really long, so this is going to take me a second. Hold on. I will show you halfway through this how to add on a new string so you don't end up having to use a really long string every time. But this is what it looks like after you do that. Now, on your right hand, on your right hand, you're going to add 3. On your left hand, you're going to add 1. So left, add 1. Right, you're going to add 3. And you're going to cross back through the last 2. Normally, you're going to only end up crossing through 1 bead. This top part and the very bottom part is the only exception. So cross back through these 2. And pull tight. So it's going to look like this. Now you're going to do this 5 thing one more time, but you're going to put 2 on this one and 1 on here, and then we're going to do a knot to make sure it's nice and tight. Every time we get done with a row, we're going to do a knot to make sure it's secure and nice and tight. So 2 on your right, 1 on your left, push them all the way down. I always do a surgical knot. No matter if you're using stretchy string, thread, any type of string, surgical knot is the most secure way to do this. The way you do a surgical knot is you cross, and you take your bottom string, and you go through there once, pull, through there a second time, and pull. A second time and pull. So it's going to get twisted up twice, and then you pull tight. When you do this, you're going to have to maneuver it so it, becomes a small little knot. And then you do this a second time. Pass it through once. Pass it through twice. And this knot will not come undone, whether it's stretchy string, yarn, whatever you were using. Okay, now we're going to go to the next row. We're going to start on number 4. So you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 dark blue ones. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your right string and you're going to pass it back through this main bead. Sorry, my string came out of my needle. Okay, so now it's coming out of both these two here. Pull it in a little bit, the little knot will go inside there. So you're going to add 4 dark beads onto your right hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to cross through that last bead. This is where you need to keep in mind you will always add beads to your right hand and cross through with your left. When you pull it down nice and tight, it's going to look like this. Now the string that is now in your left hand, you're going to put through this bead here. So now you're going to be coming out of this bead and this bead, which is going to lead you to step number 5, which you're going to need 2 light and 1 dark. So on your right string, put 2 light beads, 1 and 2, and then 1 dark, and this dark bead you're going to cross through. So take your left hand and you're going to cross through that last dark bead and pull nice and tight. I always pull one string first and then pull the other string. It makes it a lot easier, and so you don't get things tangled. See how it makes a little thing of 5? Now you're going to move to step 6, which is going to be a step of 4. So what you're going to do first is you're going to take your left string and you're going to cross through this bead. So your next step over. So now you're going to be coming out of this bead and this bead. And it's a step of 4, so you only have to add 2 dark beads. 1, 2, cross through that last dark bead. I do apologize if my video ends up being a little long. I'm trying my best not to do any cuts, or at least not too many. This way you can see how to do it all in real time, step by step. I make my tutorials the way I would want them made for me to follow. Make sure your string doesn't get all tangled. So, see how now this is a 4? So this is going to be a 5, a 5, a 5, a 4, a 5. So you're going to take your left one and go through here. Because this is the face part, it's going to be the same as this one right here. So you're going to need 2 lights and 1 dark. One, 2 lights and 1 dark. Cross through the last dark one and pull. And you're going to do the same as you did before. Left hand through this next bead on this main part. Right hand, add 3 dark. 2, 1, 2, and 3. Cross through the last bead. So it makes a star of 5. And the next one, it's still going to be another star of 5. So left hand bead through the next one. Because it's the back of the head, there's no light beads needed. So this is going to be all dark. So you need 3 dark. Currently, we are now on step 9, right here. So 1, 2, 3. All on there. And cross through that last one. This pattern is the same number of beads on the front and on the back, but the pattern is slightly different from the front to the back because of the face print. So see how this is 5 and 5? So this one's going to be a 4. So you take the left and you put it through here. You add 2 dark. And you cross through that last one. My beading needle came off again. Fortunately, that happens sometimes. When I'm using smaller needles and smaller beads, I just tie it. But I didn't want to risk it not being able to pass through with using the bigger yarn and the needles. So I had one untied and one tied. But I think I'm just going to tie them both to make it easier. So we don't have this problem every time or every few beads. Okay, that should make that better. Okay, now for this last one, you're going to pass through this bead here. Like you've been doing, but you're also going to pass through this bead here. So see how these share these 3 beads? You're going to make it so it's going to share these 3 beads. 1, 2, 3. And to end this row, we're going to put one dark one on the left and one dark one on the right. I will show you why in a second. So, one dark on the left and one dark on the right. So when you pull both of these down, you'll see that it makes a circle of 5. But we're going to tie a knot here to make sure it's nice and secure. I would rather have something over secure than under secure. Don't want it coming undone halfway through your project. So we're going to do another surgical knot right here. So cross. Pass through once. Pass through twice. And pull nice and tight. You'll see as it's starting to make this little domey shape. You want to kind of flatten it out slightly, but not too much. You do want him to be slightly domey. You're going to do one more surgical knot. So cross over. Pass through once. Pass through twice. Okay, and that's row 2. And you're going to start off on the back end. So what you've just finished is numbers 4, 5, 6. So it's numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. For now on, you're only going to be doing 4 segments. So on each one of these, you're going to add 4. You're going to end up adding, for the first one, you're going to add 3. And then for the rest of them, you're going to add 2 until you get to the last one where you only add 1. So for the first one, take your left string, put it through this one on the left-hand side. So now you have one string coming out this side and one string coming out this side. We're going to go to step number 12. So 12 is all dark blue, 13 is all dark blue. So we're going to do 12 first. For number 12, you're going to add 3 beads to your right string. So 1, 2, 3. And you're going to cross through that third one. Right like that. This is also what's called a right angle weave. So now it's going to look like this. All of your next parts are going to look like this. It's just going to matter on the color. So this one is all blue, all dark blue. You're going to take your left string, put it through the next one. Going to take your right string, now that you're coming out 2, 1, 2. You're going to add 2 dark blues. 1, 2. Cross through that last one. So this is step 13. Now we're going to do step 14. So you're going to take your left one and go through this next one over here. Not the light blue one, but still this dark blue one. And then you're going to take your left string, or your right string, and you're going to put on 1 dark and 1 light. Because you're doing step 14. And you're going to cross through that light bead. Here in a minute, I am going to do a cut scene once we get past the part of the pattern that is not just all dark blues, to make this go a little faster. So you're going to take your left string, go through that first light blue bead. We're now on 15. So you're going to do 2 lights. You're actually going to do 2 lights for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we're coming out these 2. This is 15. Cross through. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So until you get to this one, you're going to do only light blues. Okay, I did end up cutting and skipping to the next part. So now we're on state number 19, which is it's attached to number 7's last one. So this light one here, we're going to add 2 light beads. One, 2. And we're going to cross through this last one. And that's number 19 right there. Now if you look on here, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25 are all dark blues. So we're going to do the same thing we've been doing, which is go through the next bead up here. Add on 2 beads, cross through the last one, and go all the way around until you get to number 24. And then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, now we're on step 24, where I've strung 2 beads on the right, and we're going to cross over into the left, cross over with the left, like so. And then here we are, we're right at where we started. So you're going to take the left string, and you're going to go through this one and this one. Go up through this one, and you're going to go up through this one too. Now you're going to add 1 bead to your right. And then you're going to tie a knot again. So cross over. Go through once. Go through twice. And pull. Make sure everything's nice and tight. You can double check this by going around and you pull every other one of these up at just ever so slightly. Roll them in between your fingers. Make sure they pull up nice and tight. And you tie one more time. So pull through once, pull through twice. Okay, and that's what it looks like. Now I'm going to show you how to add a new string. What you would do is you would take your string that's on your needles, and you would go up through. I would normally do it in the exact center back. You go up through here, down or across, down, across here, and tie a knot. So then your string will be coming out this center bead. Or in this case, it would be coming out this side bead here. And if you notice, we're also running low on beads because we're almost done. 2 more rows. My gold beads are going to be my eyeballs, and these darker beads are going to be my nose, which is the rows that we're going to do now. So right now, we're coming out this bead, which in this point is from the top center, 1, 2, 24, 20, 10, and 24. So we just finished 25. So we're going to number 26. This is all dark blue. So it's going to be 3 dark blue and a cross, 2 dark blue and a cross, 2 dark blue and a cross, 1 dark blue, 1 light blue. So we are going to start right here. So 1, 2, 3 that are all dark blue. So just like you started the last row, coming out both of these, you're going to add 3 dark blues, and through that last dark blue, you're going to cross. You're going to do this row all the way around the same way you did the last one. You're just going to make sure you follow the pattern. So you need 3 of all dark blues. So this is 1. So your left bead or your left string will go over 1. And you're going to do add 2 to your right. Now to cheat and do this a little faster, you're going to take the right one and you're going to go through this next one here. If this is too complicated, I will go back to doing the other ones just in a minute. But what I like to do is I like to put the next 2 on and then take your right string and go through here, your next bead over. So when you pull it nice and tight, it shows you this. Now you take your left string and you go up this bead. So just like you would do in the normal cross through. But this way you're already through your next bead, so you don't lose track. And then you've got 2. If you don't want to do it that way, it's perfectly fine. I will go back to doing it the easier way. To me, that's just faster, especially when you're doing the body. I'll show you more on how to do that when we do the body. So that's 1, 2 of all blue. We need 1 more of all blue. So add 2 to the right. Cross through that last one. And pull. Take your left string and go through the next bead through. Now you're going to add, right now we're on number 29. So you're going to add 1 dark, 1 light. Then you're going to do 1 light and then the eyeball. So 1 dark, 1 light. Cross through the light one. right about now you should be figuring out what you're going to stuff your little guy with. If you don't stuff him with anything, he'll be hollow on the inside, which means he can be squished and deformed. At the same time, sometimes it looks really cool. Or you can stuff them with, I stuffed some of them with glow-in-the-dark beads, which makes the inside of them glow. It looks really cool. I'm going to be stuffing him with blue tissue paper. So your left one is going to go through this one here. And you're going to add in one light and the eyeball. I try to always do the eyeball one size larger than the rest of the beads because it looks cooler, but sometimes that's not always reasonable, or that's just not the look you're going for. In this case, I am using these gold beads because they're one size bigger. You're going to the next one. This is where the nose is going to get added. So 31 is one light the nose, two of the nose, and then one light, and then another eyeball. So one light, one nose. In this case, I'm using purple for the nose. Pull through. Next one over. Two of the nose. Cross this last one. And then one over. Then it's going to be one light and then your eyeball. One light, one eyeball. Cross through the eyeball. And then this side should be mirror the other side. So go over through the next one. And see how this one is two lights on this side? So you're going to do two lights on this side. One, two. Cross through that last one. Go through the next one. And then you're going to do dark blues all the way the rest around. Now I'm on the second to last one. So I put two on my right. Cross through with the left. Pull. And you're going to take this left one. You're going to pass through this one here. and pass through this next one up. This time I'm going to do something a little funny. I'm going to add one to the left string, and then we're going to tie the knot on the right hand side, just to make it a little bit more secure. So pass it through once. Pass it through twice. Once, twice. Push the bead all the way down and pull nice and tight. Make sure these are all nice and tightly on there. And then do it one more time. Cross. Pass it through once. And then pass it through twice. Okay, now that we're at the very last row that we're going to do, until we close it up, now it's time that you want to get your stuff that you're going to stuff in with. I'm using tissue paper, so I'm just rolling it up nice and neatly. And I'm going to fold it up kind of into a burrito or twist it around, kind of, until it's about the circumference of what's inside his head. You can be as sloppy as you want, you can be as neat and tidy as you want. It's on you. I try to be neat and tidy so it doesn't stick out of his head all weird like, but you don't have to be. Now this is the part that's a little bit of a pain in the butt. So, you remember where you started up here? How there's that one part right here? So this is your center piece. So this one's your center. This is your center. Where you just tied off is your center. What you're going to do is number 40. So you're going to do one thing of 4, 2 things of 4. And these are going to be all dark blue. So you're going to the center. You're going to pass it through like you would from the last couple of rows. And you're going to, on your right string, add 3 dark. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to cross with your left string through that 3rd dark. Like so. Go through your next one. You're going to add 2 dark. Cross through that last one. Okay, this is where it gets a little weird because you're going to start gathering it down. So in this video, in this picture, it shows that you're going to cross through 1, 2 of these. You're going to add 2 beads. So that left string, you're going to cross through this one and this one. So 1, 2, and on your right string, you're going to add 2 dark. 1, 2, and you're going to cross through with your left on that last bead. So it's going to make a little 5 pot. This is going to slowly pull in the head, so it's going to close. So your left one is going to go through 1 and 2. You're only going to do this twice. So now you need 1 dark, 1 light on your right. You're going to cross through that light one. Okay. Now for the next 3 of these, you're going to do 4s. So you're going to cross through 1, add 2 light, cross through that last light, and pull nice and tight. You're going to cross through this one with your left one. You're going to add 2 light, cross through that last light one, to do all of these, this whole entire head in one set of string, I use 2 arm lengths worth, and I'm 5'9", so you know, about 4 feet of string or so. Cross through that last one there, add 2 light ones, and now you're going to be out of light beads. Cross through that last light one. Okay, now you're going to do exactly what you did over here. So you're going to pass through 1, and 2. We're going to add 2 dark. Going to cross through that last dark. To make a 5. And then you're going to cross through 1 and 2. Now there's 1, 2, 3 beads strung. And you're going to pick up 2 beads on your right hand and cross through that last one. Now with the left one, you're going to cross through this one here, so the last one from row up on top, and from this one here, which is the first row in this, the first bead in this row, and then you're going to put one on, and you're going to tie a knot, passing through once, passing through twice. You're going to make sure you tighten it down as much as you can so it's nice and squished at the bottom. We're going to do that one more time. So pass it through once and pass it through twice. This time, doing this, I have one string that is a lot longer than the other one. And somehow I've managed to misplace a bead. Okay, sorry about that. I have to cut out a little section. Okay, so now that you've tied it off, you're going to take this string, your right string, and you're going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3 dark, and the fourth one is light. You're going to string on 2 dark, and you're going to cross through both. So through the dark, and through the other dark. And then you're going to go up 1 on both sides. This one, because my strings, one string's longer than the other, I'm going to tie it a little weird. So I'm going to add 2 to my left, because it's the string that's the longest. And then I'm going to go up this light one, this last light one. Over these 3 dark ones here. And then down these 2 center ones here. So I'm going to come out right next to this other string. And that's going to be it. And you're going to tie it off one more time. This time I'm going to do 3 surgical knots. So once, twice, pull nice and tight. Once, twice, pull nice and tight. Once, twice, pull nice and tight. One more time. And snip them off. And now you have a little stitch head. Well, mine's not little because big beads, but these are faceted round acrylic beads, size 12 millimeter from Bead Tin. I highly recommend them. I will have the final bead count in the description. If you want the blank pattern or any pattern, leave a comment or shoot me a message. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.